Hello, hi, happy Sunday, and welcome to this random ass video that I'm going to do. This is like my 5th time trying to do this video. I wanted to share with you guys basically some stuff about my last camping trip that I did with fellow content creators. It was my first time basically just putting together a group of people saying, hey, you want to camp with me? We went to Tobyhanna State Park, and I really just wanted to get some fellow content creators, outside enthusiasts together for just relaxing time. I had no agenda or schedule thing planned. It was like, let's camp. If you want to go on a hike, let's do the hike. If you want to go kayaking, go kayaking. You want to just sit around camp? Let's sit around camp. We did all of it. So it worked out really well. I went with Lovey, the feral female, Teddy, Camping Milkman, and Jeff, 5 Horizons, as well as Walter Zolna. So what a great group of people. We had so many laughs and a lot of conversations were had. What happens at camp stays at camp, let's just say that. But it was so great, as well as it was my first time trying out my new Tuk Tek Junior folding kayak. After watching Sarah's 10th video about Tuk Tek kayaks, Sarah from Hiking Outdoor Family, I was like, all right, I caved. I need this in my life because I would love to get out on the lake, without having to rent a kayak. And this was something that seemed suitable for me as I am very petite. It's lightweight. The folding process is tricky at first for sure, and I still am learning about that process. I now am struggling to get it folded back up, but I knew that was going to be the case as it's brand new. It takes a few times doing it to just kind of break it in. But I love it, and I'm so glad that Walter as well brought his new folding kayak, the Oru. His is nice, okay. But it's too much kayak for me, so I'm quite happy with the Tuk Tek Junior that I have. But his is really nice. But it was really awesome for the two of us trying out our kayaks for the first time together. So I was like, all right, we're gonna sink. Are we gonna sink together or are we gonna float together? I don't know. That's kind of how it went. And then as soon as we get out there, we're like, oh my gosh, we love this. Literally, I was like, oh, you still gonna sell yours back? Because I was kind of thinking the same thing. And he was like, nope. And I said, yep, I'm keeping mine as well. So again, it's like those moments in times together with other people, it just makes for such an amazing, good trip and time. We all helped each other out too. I tell you, I just learned so much, especially from Teddy. He taught me a lot about his Coleman camping gear. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away by all the Coleman gear that he has that is all from 50s to the 70s. It's just so neat to see. And yeah, that was just fun too. Lovey, that was her first time at a campground. What? So she had a great time, also learning how to set up her tent. She had a few things, I think, that were new that she was testing out. And it was just a great place and time to do that kind of thing, to test out new gear if you have new gear, or, ask for help if need be. I just love get-togethers like this. I think not even the end of the second day, everyone was saying, when are we doing this again? When's the next trip? Hopefully one of us gets something planned for the fall. That's the idea. Because it's just so fun learning from each other, and yeah, it's just a good time. I tell you get a bunch of introverts, outdoorsy people together, and it's wild. But so yeah, I got the new Tuk Tuk Junior. I wanted to share that with you. I also apparently, for the first time in my life, got some kind of poison ivy, poison oak on my feet. I did post about it. I'm sure a lot of you saw it. I didn't want to gross people out, but I was freaking out at the same time, kind of like, what is happening? I've never had any kind of itchiness and rash looking stuff. I don't want to gross people out, but it turns out that I must have stepped into some kind of poison plant, as well as gotten bit by bugs, and I know I definitely had spider bites on my feet as well. You know, I'm used to the bites, but this was a whole nother level of whatever is happening with my feet. Thank you for all the comments about remedies and what to do, what it could possibly be. I'm pretty sure it comes down to it's poison ivy, poison oak on top of bug bites. I got Benadryl cream. Thank you, because that has made a world of difference. So I'm already feeling better, and I'm trying to avoid itching and scratching because, you know, yeah, my feet are looking not pretty. But they're on the mend, so it's good. And I need my feet to be in good shape to do more hiking and backpacking and all the things outdoors. So there's that. First time, you know? Don't wear sandals all day around camp, because I had hiking shoes for the hike around the lake that we did. So, I mean, I almost wore my hiking sandals for that hike, and I'm like, no, I should probably put on my hiking shoes, right? Thank Darcy. Which I did, but I still got stuff on my feet. So, lesson learned, I will be keeping my socks and shoes on around camp as well. Unless I just need to, like, you know, let them breathe at the end of the night or something. I don't know. I'm all over the place today. Hi, my name is Darcy. Are you still watching? All right. So, that being said, I am really excited to be going on a backpacking trip this next month. July is my birthday month, by the way. 42, I'm coming for you. Lovey and I are going to be going on a trip in a couple of weeks. I'm so glad that we met. We both were like, it is so hard to find fellow females to go on hikes and backpacking trips. Not saying that they're not out there, because I know you ladies are, but it can be hard to get together with someone without having to drive like on the other side of the state. I don't know. But I'm just so glad that we met, and we totally, like, I think we get along together very well. Had so many laughs as well. But she also gave me this Z-Pack ultralight backpack. Oh my gosh, I am like beyond grateful and stoked to try this out. It is a 40-liter pack, but I'm just so excited to try that out. I have my Osprey Ren 50 that I've been using for backpacking, and I do like it, but there's just things that I don't like. And I don't like that it doesn't have like this mesh pocket on the outside. And I don't know, I just feel like there's little hooks and stuff to strap things to the back and whatnot, but I really don't like the pockets. I don't know. It's good. By no means am I trying to not use it again. I will, I'm sure, for like short trips and stuff. But yeah, there's just certain things about it that I'm still not thrilled about, I should say. And it does tend to, I'm a very petite person, and this does fit me, but it still feels really big. And I think those of you that have watched my backpacking videos in Pincho State Forest, I feel like I get comments saying like, your pack looks huge. It's not that huge, it just looks huge on me. I think any pack is gonna probably look big on me. I don't know. But I'm just so excited to try this out. We are gonna be doing a overnighter 2-day trip, and I'm trying to go as light as possible because this next trip is going to be tough. Because there's some big inclines and descents that we will be doing. I'm pretty sure even some rock scrambling. I'm like excited for it, but I know, like, I'm not kidding myself. It's like, it's gonna be tough though. Fun. We're probably gonna feel like we're dying at some point, but we'll enjoy it because we're lunatics. I don't know. Also, I keep going back and forth about this. I mean, look how big this is. This is the Bear canister, and I love the idea of having this because I really don't want to have to deal with hanging a food bag. I've never done it, but I just feel like, I don't know, this is just kind of easier. It seems easier to do. Like, I could just put it nearby and not worry about having to hang it somewhere, but it's huge. It's not very heavy, it's just bulky. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I'll probably do a video showing you guys how I pack this because it is smaller. It's 40 and I'm used to the 50. But again, I'm going really light with gear. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, Yeah, as I look at it too, I'm just like, why is it so big? But for multiple days, I definitely see how this canister would be beneficial. I could put so much stuff in it as far as food, my camp stove thing. So there's that. What else was I going to share with you? Oh yeah. I didn't get to some questions that you guys posted. I meant to do it during the campfire retreat with my fellow friends, but we didn't get to it. Just having fun talking around the campfire about other things, and I didn't bust out my questions. So I'm going to do my best to answer some of these questions right now. One of them was, what age was your first camping trip? So I didn't do a lot of camping as a kid. Like, my parents were not really big into camping. It wasn't until probably around, I think, middle school that I had gone on some camping trips. No, I went with other families. I went with other families when it came to camping. I think the youngest I was probably I'd say like 8 or 9, somewhere around there, maybe 10, 11. I don't know. But I was older, and it was usually always with another family that was camping because my mom wasn't about that life. So, yeah, I would say around middle school, and definitely in high school, I started going with friends, especially once I turned 18. I definitely did a lot more camping with friends and stuff like that. I didn't get into hiking. Oh, I want to say like after 25, probably. Yeah, is when I started looking for places to go on hikes for exercise and things like that. So, yeah, kind of a late bloomer, I think. But, here I am. What is the top thing holding you back from getting out more? So, mainly, I do have kids, a family, and weather. It's kind of like, and a dog, and cats. The cats can take care of themselves, but now with having a dog especially, I can't just go for 8 hours and leave him in the crate. He can't be trusted right now in the house. So that hinders me from going out as often as I would like. Again, the weather too, it has been so weirdly rainy this spring, and now we're into summer and it has been rainy and stormy. The weather plays a big part. This winter too, I was hoping to get out more, but there's just times where I know my car can't drive on the ice and snow very well, and the places that I want to go to, like, I'm not trying to like slip slide all over in my car or something like that. So I would say those are the biggest things, but I go when I can. I definitely want to make it more often that I get out, for sure. Sometimes I do go out and I just don't film because I'm like, oh, they don't need to see this trail again, but I go because I like getting out. I just don't film. So that happens quite a bit. Yeah, that's my reasons. What else do we have? What's the most underrated state park in PA? I feel like I wouldn't be good at answering this because I just haven't been to that many. A lot of you out there are like, have been to over 60 plus state parks in Pennsylvania, and I think I've been to like 10. I don't know. What is the best hike for new backpackers? Why is backpacking always about the gear, as I just was talking about my backpacking gear? So I feel like definitely Pinchot is the way to go for new backpackers. You don't want to go somewhere where you're going to be doing a lot of big climbs, and I don't know, you kind of want to take it easy your first time and definitely have a way to exit if you need to that's going to be easy. Pinchot has many alternate routes to like get back out onto the road or back to the parking lot. It's not very big. I mean, it's big, but I don't know. That's what everyone told me to go, and I totally agree with them. So I would say like the North or South Loop, Pinchot State Forest is just awesome. And why is it about the gear? I think that's just because people are learning. They want to know like how it works out, I guess you would say. I definitely watched a lot of videos on backpacking gear because when you're buying stuff, it's not cheap, and you don't want to spend too much money on something that you're going to be like, oh, I hate this or I don't like this kind of thing. So you learn as you go, because you're gonna buy gear that it probably you don't like, or you'll find out things that you would rather have. Kind of, gear is gear, you know, like everyone's gonna be different. Some people will love one thing, other people will hate it. You just never know. It's a very particular thing, I feel like, and a personal thing when it comes to day hiking gear, backpacking gear, camping gear. I think it just, especially backpacking though, because you're carrying everything. So it becomes very personalized, what you like, what suits you, that kind of stuff. But I don't think it's all about the gear when it comes to backpacking. I go because I love the idea that I can hike for miles and camp, and then get up the next day, hike again to, you know, you're doing more of the trail. You're not just sitting in the same spot. So I really just love that aspect of being able to hike a long ways, camp, rest up, and then hike some more, and you're gonna see new trail, you're gonna see new things. So it's definitely about the nature, I feel, and meeting people along the way. That's bound to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a combination, gear and nature and meeting people. I think it all kind of goes together. But that's what I have to say about that. I'm going to wrap this up. I definitely am, I don't want to say too much about places that I plan on going to, because you're going to have to wait and watch for the videos. But I have quite a few places that between now and August for sure that I will be visiting and doing. I probably will not, again, it's going to be more of a weekend that I get out. During the week, I kind of need to be close to home for my dog, my kids, all the things. But yeah, I'm just excited because I know there's a lot more adventures coming, and I can't wait to share them with you. So yeah, thanks for watching if you're still around. I'm a weirdo, so there's that. But yeah, I'll see you next time pretty soon. I have a video in the works.